Hello, learners. You are welcome to English Language Studies 1 tutorial. Today, we'll be learning morphemes under English Language Studies 1 EBS 135, which is the course code. I'm Ms. Benedict Osei from Fosu College of Education. You are all welcome once again. Our topic for today's lesson is morphemes. Have you heard of it before? How do you understand it? Without wasting much time, let's look at the learning objectives by the end of today's lesson. So by the end of today's lesson, the learner, who is you, must be able to 1. Define morphemes. Identify the various types of morphemes. Identify morphemes in a given sentence and exceptional cases when dealing with morphemes. So, a morpheme is the smallest meaningful grammatical unit in a language. It consists of linguistic elements which cannot be broken down into further units. A morpheme is the minimal, indivisible, meaningful unit of grammatical analysis. Let's look at some examples. In English, the word dance is composed of two morphemes, that is dance plus the past tense marker, that is dance plus ed. In the same vein, the word walk is composed of two morphemes, that is walk plus the past tense marker, ed. From the discussion above, we can confidently say that A. Singular verbs in the simple present tense have two morphemes. So let's look at works. Works equals work plus S and does equals do plus ES. B. Plural nouns, whether regular or irregular verbs, have two morphemes. Example, boys, that is boy plus S. C. Similarly, we can say that men has two morphemes. Yes. That's man plus the plural marker. Now let's move to the exceptional cases when dealing with morphemes. So you can give examples of morphemes by your own. Okay, exceptional cases. When nouns whose singular and plural forms are the same, they are written in isolation. They are considered to have one morpheme. Examples of such nouns are sheep, deer, furniture, etc. So you can give examples by your own. You've done very well. However, they may have one or two morphemes. Examples: the sheep was sold yesterday. 2. The sheep were sold yesterday. Let's analyze the two sentences. In sentence 1, the use of the helping verb was indicates the sheep is singular, but in sentence 2, the sheep is plural because of the use of were. Let's go to the types of morphemes. There are two basic types of morphemes. These are free morphemes and bound morphemes. Let's look at free morphemes, then after that, we go to bound morphemes. Free morphemes are morphemes which can stand on its own to make a meaning. This means that this kind of morphemes make sense on their own. They make sense on their own. These types of morphemes make sense on their own. From the definition above, we realize that free morphemes can stand on its own to make meaning. They don't need anything or any other words to be attached to them, or they don't need to be put into sentence before they make meaning. They make meaning on their own. Example of such morphemes are table, sell, learn. From the examples given, according to the examples given, we can see that table makes meaning on its own, cell makes meaning on its own. Let's look at the types of free morphemes. There are two types of free morphemes. They are lexical morphemes and functional or grammatical morphemes. Let's look at lexical morphemes. Lexical morphemes are morphemes that carry meaning on their own. They carry dictionary meaning. Such morphemes belong to the major open content word class, such as nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Examples of lexical morphemes are sit, come, etc. Let's look at grammatical or functional morphemes. These are morphemes which perform grammatical functions. Such morphemes belong to the minor prepositions, conjunctions, articles, pronouns. Examples are me, wow, because, in, and, or, etc. Bound morphemes. Bound morphemes are morphemes that cannot stand on their own to make meaning. Examples are learner, does, learn plus er, where er is the bound morpheme. And also, let's look at another example. Another example is teacher, teach is a free morpheme and er but is a bound morpheme. There are two types of bound morphemes. They are inflectional morphemes and derivational morphemes. Inflectional morphemes are morphemes when added to a word does not change its part of speech. Example, go, which is a verb, plus ing. Make it going, which is still a verb. Example 2, teacher, which is now plus s, make it teachers, which is still now. From the examples given, we realize that the addition of morphemes does not change the word class of the given word. Let's look at derivational morpheme. It is a morpheme that is added to the base morpheme to change its parts of speech or word class. A derivational morpheme may be a prefix or a suffix. Examples are boy, which is a noun, plus ish, make it boyish, which is an adjective. Hope, which is a noun, plus full, make it hopeful, which is an adjective. And also stable, which is an adjective, plus ility, which makes it stability, which is a noun. From the above example stated, I think now you can make your own example. So now, we realize that the addition of morphemes change the word class of the given words. Also, their forms have changed. Nouns have changed to adjective, and adjective have changed to noun. ESS, which makes it hostess, which is still a noun. Happy, which is an adjective. Let's try our hands on the examples given, the exercise given. Let us all try our hands on it. Goodbye. Please subscribe and share. See you next time. Bye-bye.